right, so welcome at Titi's House Podcast. I got a guest today, y'all.
Yeah.
Mr. Travis Emery Barber, Dr. Barber now.
Goodwill Ambassador, Dr.Barber.
Yes, well, we're going to talk about the transition of Trapp and how you became Dr. Barber. So let's talk about that. So when we met initially, what we met, like in 2013? I want to say we met
2012, 2013.
Yeah, I think 2013. April of 2013, I think I met you and your friend. We just gonna say your friend.
Okay, cool.
We ain't gonna mention no names.
I'm gonna follow your lead.
Okay. So we met, and I said, okay, y'all was just coming out of prison, so you served some time. Tell us what you served time for. What happened?
10 years for aggravated assault, carrying a weapon during the commission of a crime. I was involved in a murder in Carrollton, Georgia, in 2001, 2002. Went to trial and got convicted. Found not guilty on the murder. 15 years for the aggravated assault. 5 years running consecutive, carrying a weapon during the commission of a crime. 20 years to serve.
Wow. But you didn't serve 20.
I served 10.
10 out of 20.
Yes.
Was that for good behavior?
That was for just for being blessed.
Okay.
Because they told me to do 18.
Wow.
They set me off 3 times due to the nature of my crime. I ended up getting on the fire department, getting to a county camp. Going outside early with too much time and a violent charge was unheard of. But I passed the test. They let me go outside on the fire department. Also got certified as a fashion merchandiser. Well, not certified, but I got the bachelor's degree, fashion merchandising. And then I took all the classes and stuff, and they called my number, and I was ready.
Wow. Ready to get so they paroled you, basically.
Paroled me.
Now, were you on probation?
For 10 years. I was on parole for a decade.
Wow. And do you have to check in?
I had to make a phone call once a month.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. So when we met back then, I just knew Trapp.
Yeah.
Trapp was out. Was you trapping back then?
I was jugging a little bit then. Wasn't no more trapping. I was just jugging a little bit.
So when I met Trapp, let me just say, I met his friend. Met Trapp. Y'all was in them streets, though.
Yeah. You know, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. A lot of women.
Yeah, definitely that.
So the evolution of, because I remember, you know, we was all hanging out,
Yeah.
clubs, going from club to club, strip club to strip club.
Yeah.
I know y'all was doing all of that.
Absolutely.
And you was going from
Woman to
woman to woman.
Yeah.
I ain't even want to say it.
Woman to woman. That's a song too, ain't it?
It is. It is. So, like, what made you, like, because I know, you know, I have Freebirds, and Freebirds helps felons as they come out of prison to reintegrate, right? And help them battle some of the challenges. So for you, like, what was, like, your challenge in coming out? Because I think that every person that comes out of prison after being in prison for, you know, a short period of time, a long period of time, they're coming out and they want to experience life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been locked up for 10 years. I'm trying to have fun. Do you think that you were in that phase when you first came out?
I was in a couple of phases. I was married, engaged, and coming back to fatherhood, entrepreneurship, electronically illiterate.
Yeah.
And it was just so many things that I was dealing with, fighting with, and then even my own self-esteem about coming home and not having the same drug money that I had when I went in, and everybody still calling me Trapp and looking up to me. So I was dealing with a lot of things in my head.
Yeah, because y'all was famous in y'all hood now. Everybody knew you.
Absolutely.
Everybody knew Trapp. Everybody knew, you know, the other person. Like, y'all
But
was...
that came from the streets and part away from the sports. Football, good athlete, then going to college, coming back, getting in the streets. So, yeah, pretty much a little notoriety.
Yeah. So how long do you think that... Because I feel like you just out of nowhere just took off. Like, it's like you... When did you get it in your mind, like, I'm going to transition and do something different? And that just worked for you? Because I know one more question came out of somewhere. Like, how did that develop?
Probably when I was mentoring in prison. I was missing my boys so bad and not knowing who they was around. And I just had to become the man to the men that was in prison that I wanted my son's mother to have around them.
Right.
And then coming home, getting on the coaching staff at Duncan Park, I used my uncle name and from there, I got to know all the kids and just seeing what was missing. So many fathers not there, all the mothers at the game, and I just knew it was same thing that I wanted when I was a kid. Was my dad to be there, or a man that I knew cared about me personally, and I just knew that I had to become that figure. In 2019, 2020, 21, I said it's time for me to take off, and I'm on POF, thinking I'm trying to kick it with this chick. My name, my name was Eric on social media when I was on the day now.
Oh Lord,
So,
this is what we be talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, I had an
Go
alias
ahead.
name.
We ain't gonna talk about that today, though.
So I
Imposters.
get,
Okay, but go ahead, Eric.
so I get to the young lady house and she was like, "No, buddy." I told her my story, but I gave her a false name.
Yeah.
But once I gave her my story, she's like, "Man, God trying to use you." So as we talking, I'm like, "She for real?" But like, I gotta give her my real name.
Yeah.
Now I gotta tell her my real name.
So how long did you wait before you gave her your real name?
It was like we talked for probably about a week. Then
Okay.
that went by that weekend, and I told her my name within a couple of hours. After she was just a prophetess.
Wow.
Tashana Richardson, me and her, we best of friends right now to this day.
Wow.
And she put me on social media, started me on Facebook, and how I came up with the name. One more question. In prison, I get to prison, telling them about my lifestyle, the cars, the trips, the houses, the strip clubs, the jury, the work, and everybody still had one more question. So I come home from prison. Everybody got one more question about the prison, about the riots, about the everything that was going on in there. And then she was like, "I got one more question," and we tried to get on the phone for like a good minute. So I said, "I'm gonna name it one more question."
Wow. And you took off with that. Like you was making merchandise, like you was wearing sweatshirts, jogging suits, like you
Yeah.
that really took off for you. Is that what kind of catapulted like you in the limelight? Cause it like after that we just see you on social media and you're just pushing one more question.
That funded the mission, and everybody was so happy for me to be home, just knowing the type of guy that I was prior to prison, and me coming with something positive and seeing what I'm doing. So everybody just started ordering all the merch. Now it's online, one more question inc.org. So I don't have time to go get it, hit up and go deliver. So now everything online, and that's what funded the mission. And to this day, it's still rolling.
Wow. So you're still getting people purchasing the
Yes,
merchandise.
yes.
Which is good. So tell me, so then the book comes out.
The documentary came out. I was still
working on the book.
transitioning the book.
Okay.
That was my diary,
Okay.
my obituary. I not make it 20 years. I want my sons to know who Travis Barber was.
Oh, okay.
Not Trapp. And so I come home at 10. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up, turn it into a novel.
Okay. So who helped you like kind of facilitate putting the book together and
On the Holy Spirit and Nene Capri.
okay. He said the Holy Spirit. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's Behind the Trapp. Travis Emery Barber. It's out there on Amazon.
Yes.
Y'all can go out there, copy this book because it's good. Your story is good. Then the documentary comes out.
The documentary came out before the book because I was still working on the book. So the documentary was just, I wanted people who knew me as Trapp to understand who Travis had became, who Travis is.
Right.
And the people who knew Travis, Dr.Barber, I want them to know who Trapp was. So everybody can meet me where I'm at and respect where I'm not going and where I'm already headed.
Okay. So what I seen was, based off your social media, because I was watching you, I was like, dang, Trapp is just taking off. Like, you ain't even Trapp no more. You just Travis.
Yeah, I'm just Dr. Barber now.
Dr. Barber now. Like, it's so, it's like so cool because I knew you when you came out of prison. I knew the playful Trapp. The Trapp that was out here in the streets kicking it.
I still kick with the kids now.
Okay. So it's the kids. You done left the adult men alone.
Yeah, because they be shooting me and stuff. I've been shot 3 times, so you get tired of joking on old men. They get a little in their feelings. I leave them alone now.
Now you with the kids.
Yeah.
But it's like you get a lot of respect. Like, so how did you transition? Because getting into the school system is very hard as a felon, right? How did you get into the school system? Like, who brought you in? Like, who was you able to network with that they were like, we need to get him in the school system?
Man, the Holy Spirit, God is so powerful. I started in the backyard of the schools on the football field, bringing snack boxes to all the athletes every summer, Creekside, Langston, and Banneker, and Hateville Charter. So who is this pulling up in this ugly box truck? It was me.
You.
And so all the coaches knew me. Then the
Yeah.
kids started knowing me. It spread it from the field over into the locker room, from the locker room into the classroom, to the hallway, to the principal's office.
Wow. And then from there, you go to the court system, the courthouse, being invited into places where people don't have.
Jailhouse.
Yeah, jailhouse. I see you in the
Halfway
jailhouse,
house.
the halfway houses, the courthouse. Like
Foster
going.
home.
It was. I seen the story where you said it was a young man that was in the wrong place, wrong time, got himself in some trouble, and then you went to court for him and spoke for him.
Yes.
Like that's like honorary. Like for people to take your word from you coming from out of prison for 10 years and then coming out and people just, I mean, you on a pedestal right now.
Yeah, I'm a credible messenger,
Yes,
so I go in the
exactly.
courtroom.
A credible messenger.
Yeah, so I'm an expert witness. My lived experiences give me notoriety inside the courtroom to
Right.
speak on the behalf of.
That's amazing. I mean, that's
Thank you. That's just and that's how God do you.
yo.
And with all that going on, my people who know Trapp, they really can't understand my seriousness when I say I'm the ambassador.
Right.
I'm Dr.Barber. But they don't respect it until they child in trouble or they in trouble.
Then they call
and they
in.
need my services. Exactly. But they didn't accept Jesus in his hometown.
Wow. It's like, it's so amazing to me. Like and then you have all these events that you're doing.
Oh,
the fishing with the kids. You started the Sons, what is it called?
Son's Day. Where we take
Sons
water.
Day, where they were fishing.
Yes.
That started like how many years ago?
This will be our 5th year. Last year we
Wow.
had 275 boys.
And that was just through donations, because I remember you was
donations, no grants.
yeah, everybody was sending you donations.
Yes.
Like that manifested now. So now how are you supplying, what you're doing, like the events that you're doing? Are you still doing donations? Or are you
Donations,
just-
partnerships, Greater Memorial Hospital, AT&T.
Wow.
It's a list of big corporations that they just love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And they love the fact that they know my consistency is impeccable in that I'm operating like a 20-man organization.
Right.
But that's the Holy Spirit again. I'm going to give God all the credit.
So how many people you got working with you? Is it just you, or is it just
I got volunteers come in and
Okay.
go. No, I'm committed.
yeah?
Until I get a payroll, I can't expect nobody to do what I do, how I do it, the way I do it.
Right.
As long as I do it.
Exactly. I mean, you're doing a lot of wonderful things. Like I see you out there, and I'm like, damn, I just can't remember. You still trapped to me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time. You still
And that's out
trapped.
of love. I feel you.
Yeah, because that's how I met you. But just to see your evolution as you're really making a difference for these boys. You know what I'm saying? These boys potentially could have a different future, but because you're involved in their lives, the trajectory of where they're going is in a positive direction.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And a lot of people, I mean, I see it in working with males and females coming out of prison, and then you see it all starts when they're young. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And what they're
definitely.
getting into as young men. As they evolve, they in the streets, they might be in the streets doing stuff that you don't even know that they're doing.
Yeah.
But because you're in their lives, it's just taking the trajectory in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I see you out there. I'm like, dang, Trapp is really, you surpassed me. And we started at the same time. I feel like we started at the same time.
Purpose and passion and paychecks are all different categories.
Yes.
And faith is courage.
Yeah.
And faith is sometimes weakness.
Yeah, it's true.
But I've been in a place where I ain't have nothing or no one to lean on or call on but God.
Yeah.
And for him to walk me through 10 years of prison without a scratch, I know he's real. Especially looking back, because going in, it was like Stone Mountain.
Yeah.
But as I went up and over it, and now that I look back, I can't even see it no more.
Yeah.
The clouds done took over.
Wow.
And I know ain't nobody but God. For me to be who I am now, as serious as I am and as committed and dedicated as I am, and I give him all the credit.
Wow. So when did you really start your spiritual journey? Do you think was it while you were in prison?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely in prison.
I was I was like them beggars on the street with God when I was out. I just wanted him to give me a blessing, give me a miracle.
Yeah.
Get these police off behind me. Hey, get me to the house with these bricks. Hey, get me there. I just was begging.
Yeah.
I got to prison. He broke me down.
Wow.
Ooh, tore me apart to pieces.
Wow.
Like let me die type of sorrows. Like
Wow.
yeah, suicidal.
Wow. While you were in prison.
Before I got to prison, I got the call from the lawyer saying you got a warrant for your arrest for murder. I had the pistol to my head.
Dang.
And to kill myself in the garage in the Chevelle, man called me. Hey, boy, don't do nothing stupid, boy. We got there.
Yeah.
Boy, I just.
Because 20 years is a long time.
When you know, a murder charge, I'm thinking life sentence. It wasn't even no numbers then. I'm like, murder?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I
thank
served
God
20
did.
years in a marriage. I know that's like a life. It's like a prison sentence.
Hey.
If you stay in it, it ain't good. But we're not gonna talk about that. But
You married the wrong person.
Yeah, you do. You do. I mean, we do things in our lives that take us through certain situations and experiences, and you learn from them too.
Yeah.
What did you think you learned when you was coming out of prison? I know because it was like the person your friend that I met that I was dating. I feel like when he came out of prison, it was just all fun and games. Like it was just like, I meet this
Yeah.
person. I felt like he met me at the wrong time because he wasn't ready to settle down type
Sure.
thing. So
Well, you know what? He didn't have any kids. I did.
yeah.
So I came home to a whole situation.
He didn't have any kids that he didn't know about.
Well, probably I didn't know any of his
Yeah,
children at the time. And for me, like I knew I didn't want to be my father, and that shit ate me up every day I was in prison, knowing that just because I'm still communicating, I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm just a deadbeat as my dad was in my eyes.
Yeah. So your dad wasn't around. Your mom raised you by herself. She was
Yes,
a
I
single
met him
mom.
like 4 times, probably 5.
Wow.
The
Is he
last
still
time I was at-
living?
No, I met the last time I was at his funeral,
Wow.
and that was 2020, 21.
Wow. So y'all was never able to really establish a relationship.
No.
I see you with your sons. You're a loving dad. I see you with your grandkids.
Yeah.
Like you were just saying, your granddaughter's about to graduate.
Yeah,
What? Preschool?
Pre-K, yeah, she's going
Going to
she's
kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yes.
Wow. Time flew by.
Yeah, that's major. Like when I had to go to counseling
Yeah.
after the funeral, and then that's when it was diagnosed with daddy issues.
Oh, okay.
I'm going from woman to woman looking for something that I never received as a kid, and not having that touch of a man. Just that, I'm proud of you, son. Hey, we
Yeah.
got this. What are you doing, boy?
Yeah.
None of that.
Which is important.
Absolutely.
That's very, very
Absolutely.
important, man. Just to be, it's not even the money. People always focus on taking care of somebody monetarily. You can give kids will take the mediocre. They don't care. You know what I'm
Mine
saying?
did. I told mine.
As long as you are
You there.
there to support them, encourage them, you know what I'm saying? And push them to be the better version of you, because that's what we will always want our kids to be better versions of us. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, coming home, staying at my mom's house, me and my boys in the room, in the bed, hugged up, watching TV. Hey, man, Daddy gonna get back on his feet, man.
Yeah.
I promise you that. And they watch me go from cutting hair to personal training, security, construction.
This one was always in the gym.
Hey,
you was
man.
you was cock diesel back then. When you came out of prison,
That's all I knew. In the prison,
I was like, who is this big bald headed dude? And he was in the barber shop. You were cutting hair. Did you did you have a license to cut hair?
Nah.
You was just in there cutting hair.
Just had the barbershop. I ain't never had no license. I just had the barbershop.
Yep, I remember that. The barbershop over there on that Flash
Flash
Holes.
Holes.
Yep. He had the barbershop. But at least you was working.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had the kids though. You probably just I'm sure you had to contribute in some type of way. But financial, I always feel like monetary things, that's not the most important thing. Is you building character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Money changes people. What you instill in your kids is what they take, on to the rest of their lives, and they instill in their kids. It's like a generation of building character. And I feel like I see your boys. I see that how they are with you.
Yeah.
Did it take a while to get there? Like, were any of them mad at you? Like, resentment, or just like, Dad went to prison and we were. Because what ages were they when you went to prison?
1 month, 1 year old, I think 6 and 13.
Wow.
So the only one, it didn't hurt my feelings. It broke my heart. My baby boy, when I started doing good, getting on my feet, I was like, son, you proud of me? What you expect? He like, I ain't really know you, Daddy, too, having no expectations of you.
Oh, wow.
He was a month old.
Yeah.
Like, all I know is what you present to me.
Yeah.
Had a clean slate with him. My older son was like, Dad, I ain't want all that stuff. I just wanted you.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
I'm like, okay, we doing all this for that, taking these penitentiary chances, and all they want is to spend time with you.
Wow. And what are they like? What are they doing now? Because I know you have grandkids.
Yes.
Like, how are they doing in their lives?
They doing
like,
good.
Yeah.
TJ the only one giving me hell.
Oh, wow.
That's Travis Jr. I got to put Junior on his license too. Cause hey, boy, I can't stand no mistaken identity. Well, what?
When you got the same name.
Okay.
Man, you can't name your kids.
I ain't
after
think that
you.
through.
Yeah, you didn't think that through at all. Oh my God.
But everybody doing
Jesus.
good though. Everybody doing
That's
good.
good. Yeah, because
And he gonna find his way. I gotta let him do it.
How old is he now?
23.
23. Okay, you know they gotta learn. They gotta
Yeah. I
get
did. It took me
bruised and
42
bumped
years.
a little bit. Yeah, he'll make it. What is he doing that is making you mad?
Oh, he won't go. He won't get no job.
Oh,
And he's just doing a lot of things that I don't like as a father.
yeah.
And and he lied to me instead of just, hey, Dad, I want to be lazy right now. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn about life and what
Right.
your goals
Be
are for me.
transparent. I
I'm cool
respect
with that.
that
I get out your
more.
face.
Yeah.
Like, cool, but I got too many connections for you not to be connected.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I had one. My middle son. It took him a little while to get himself like kind of geared up, right? And he's very successful. So don't be too hard on him. I think my son probably was like 21 when I was like, what are you gonna do with your life?
But
Like,
I couldn't tell Fulton County that when they locked his ass up. Excuse my
yeah,
language.
that's
So don't be too hard on that. What Mama say.
yeah,
You're a black man in America, boy.
yeah.
You ain't got no room for error.
Yeah, it's different for them. It is. But my son, he took a little time to get himself together, and now I say he's very successful. You know what I'm saying? Real estate, bought his first property at 22, and then started buying property after property after property.
Okay.
And, yeah, doing really well. So, but I was concerned like you too, because I was like, man, this boy ain't got it together yet. What are we waiting for? You know what I'm saying?
But
And we were riding him too. So it's like, man, what are you gonna do with your life? 21 will be 31 and 41, and time just kind of just goes by.
I think for me, it's just I don't want to leave a man on this earth that ain't holding no value. I don't want nobody to say who raised you.
Right. Because he's a reflection of you.
Absolutely. So
He's
while
a
I'm alive, I
reflection
got
of
to do
you.
all I can do to put it in him.
But you got to think about you know, when you reprimanded him too. Think about your transition and what it took. You know,
But like you ever coached a football team, basketball team?
no,
You ain't gonna stop coaching because they ain't got that ability yet.
right,
You gonna get it, but we're gonna go through the same drills the starters going through.
right.
So you're gonna run the same plays that they running. So you got to get in line, stay in the playbook.
Yeah,
I can't stop coaching. I can't be quiet.
no. So what's new? Like, so you got all this stuff going on. I see you giving out suits to the kids. Was that for prom?
I did prom and I did an etiquette dinner with 50 young men. We put them in tuxedos, red carpet, 3-course meal, etiquette coach, live band, live DJ,
Wow.
photographer, videographer. I just want them to see like what stardom feels like.
Right.
It was their night.
Okay, that's nice that you did that. So with the kids, the boys especially, like, what's your like success rate? How do you measure like the success of what you've been doing?
Oh, when I ain't got nobody calling me from the county jail or prison, all my boys are doing their thing. They are not on a couple of them on probation, but we don't work that out with the community service and ready to go back to court to present the results of coming to
Right.
the program. And now the $50,000 fundraisers to take these guys to these different legacy museums from Alabama to North Carolina, South Carolina. We're going to do the first one on the 20th. So as the money comes in, I just partner with Rain Sanitary Napkins and Stockbridge, and they giving me $3 off every purchase for onemorepad.com. So that's going on to take our first field trip on next Friday. We're taking 15 guys that have been justice impacted, and we just going to make it do what it do regardless of what. And that's why I be telling folks when they do hit me up to come sit on their podcast, and thank you for respecting my time and my fee. But I be letting them know like I ain't got time to go nowhere and talk for free. I just took 50 pair of brand new Nikes to the transitional center for the guys that are in the shelter. We just went and fed the 16 girls from Creekside and got them 16 brand new fishing rods.
Right.
And we finna do a Father's Day fishing trip where they're gonna be eating as well. And we just did 25 haircuts for the boys at Skyview.
Right, I seen that.
So I'm doing too much work and needing too many resources to go talk or show up to an event just for to grab your microphone. I don't want to be known. I want God to know me.
Yeah.
I want these boys to feel me.
Right.
And that I know what it takes. Same thing with my children.
Yeah.
It costs.
I know it does. I appreciate you being here because I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
Trapp, don't play with me.
For real.
You better come be on this podcast and I ain't paying you nothing. It took me a while. Listen, we've been planning this for how long? A year?
About a year.
About a year. And every time I would reach out, okay, I could do it. Then here come reach back out to me, guys, and be like, I can't do it. I got this going on.
But then every time you look up, you see me somewhere saving
You,
the soul.
let me tell you, y'all, that's for real. I'm surprised you don't have. You should have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers because I feel like everything that you're doing, and I know success is not based off of that, but I want people to see what you're doing and what you're doing other people can be doing in other states.
Our community don't want to see positive influencer. They want to see foolishness and violence. And just like even with the followers, I want some believers to send their money like they do their church when they see the pastor go out the back door. Mm-hmm. And you can't go there when it's cold. You can't go there when it's hot. They don't even have Bible study anymore. No. But then here I come. You see me in the streets every day with a stranger. And I got to beg you for $10 for a fishing rod.
Yeah, that's not cool.
But that's why God moved me the way he moved me.
So you don't really see, you don't see no money from it. I
get some gas in the truck.
Yeah. So you're not getting a paycheck every
month saying I ain't no payroll.
You're the Goodwill ambassador. You're Dr.Barber. And you mean to tell me nobody out here has said, we want to bring you on to our program and we're going to hire you?
Nah, anybody did that, man.
What?
I got a contract with Kip Chart. I had a contract with Usher call you for the mentoring program. And when you get a mentor program, you got 50 kids. Each kid got a price on their head. And each kid I'm the equity that these guys are not getting. Like you can go send 50 pair of F1s to a school size 12. That's cool. That's not equity. That's quantity.
Right.
I'm going to get him a 7, him a 10. He going to get a temp fade. He going to get his dreads done. He going to get a ball fade. He going to get an even. That's equity when you give each individualized kid what they need to sit in that classroom and hold their head up.
Right. And be proud of who they are.
So my funds going right back to my kids.
Wow. That's crazy because I feel like you've
It's
done
life.
so much.
It's just life.
Like no one is, everyone that you've partnered with, no one is coming. I want to hire you at Freebirds. I just ain't got the funds right now to do it. I would love to bring.
I don't think nobody can afford me to pay me for what I do.
But listen, because you deserve. Listen, if you're doing everything that you're doing, I really want to bring. If I could bring you to Freebirds and we just kick that thing off, because really, Freebirds is what you're doing.
Yeah, mirror.
It keeps people from going to the next step and going to jail. It keeps them young men from going to jail, and we're trying to keep black and brown men from going to jail. Really. If they are coming out, we want to transition them and have the best transition that we can have with them, right? So, I would love to hire you.
Yes,
Just got to get the money. How do we bridge? Like, I would love to make you the director. Of Freebirds.
I don't think I'd be good as an employee.
You would.
Now I got a job. Now I got to answer the phone when you call.
But you have a job. But you create your own schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
You create your own schedule. You in the community. That's really what we need.
But you heard of Impact?
I heard of Impact.
I'm the brand ambassador for Impact. We just purchased 2 acres. Well, Dr. Wynn and I, to restore her. We're building a community for returning citizens out of the container homes. We got the 9 containers already donated right now. They're waiting to get the blueprints. The IBF iron workers are going to do us the model home so we can start shopping that as well. And so we want
just from a transitional house to a whole transitional community.
Yes, you don't have
is what you're trying to build.
You don't have home ownership. 'Cause they can
Wow.
afford these extended stays.
Right.
They can afford a $13,000 trailer, $250, $300 a month, and you going for home ownership.
That's actually pretty good.
That's amazing. Because I still can't get an apartment. Nobody want to live next door to me.
No.
I'm a felon.
Yeah, but that's crazy too. After a certain amount of time, that should, what is it, 7 years? Shouldn't that just be under the water under the bridge, or am I thinking of something else?
You thinking of something else?
Really?
But yeah, you're a felon
Yeah, that's crazy. That you can't rent an apartment at all.
at all.
You have to get it in someone else's name. That's
City
what you're telling me.
City of South Fulton, they banned the box. Dr.Barber Baker.
Yeah, I
They
remember.
passed that. So City of South Fulton, you can get in. I don't know what they're gonna do once you get in. Same thing with employment in the City of South Fulton. You can fill out an application. You don't have to tell them about your background. What they
Right.
do once you get in, that's a totally different story. But I told the people, if they do run your background once you get hired, come see me. We're gonna go check on that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what I wanted to use my organization for too. Like, I had a whole list of apartments in Fulton County that would take felons, but I think it had to be like after 7 years, have had to pass of your crime for them to be able to take you. But I don't even think I got that list no more.
But,
When I
but what
first
you supposed to do for
started,
7 years though?
that's the problem. If you don't have family support, you're lucky. You had your mom coming out of prison. You know what I'm saying? You had your wife, your mom, a stable environment. Imagine the guys that don't have that, the women that don't have that.
So, hey, it's a struggle.
It's a
really.
struggle. That's the main struggle.
And that's why
Familial
we're going so
support.
hard.
You ain't got nobody
Yeah.
to support you, to help you through until you transition.
Did you see the ex-offender job fair that I did?
I did. I seen
Yeah,
that.
so, you
I
know.
wish I would have been there. Really, I
Yeah.
would love to have a table there
Yeah, definitely. That
and
was
to come
amazing.
there.
One of the guys hit me yesterday. Said he started next week as a assistant manager, store manager. He did like 7 years.
Wow.
So yeah,
And
and
then
that's my
there's-
reward.
Yeah.
That's my reward.
Because that just, you help with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's your money right there.
Come on, I sleep like a baby when I do sleep.
That's your money right
Yeah.
there, for real. There's also like pushing for felons as they're coming out, pushing for, skills training, like locksmiths, plumbers,
But the locksmith
contractors.
school is like 3,500.
3,500.
Yes, I just met one about a couple weeks ago. I'm like, and there ain't no funding for it, like they do the CDLs. But it's a great skill
But
to
that's-
have. You got to buy your tool. That's another 5,000.
But some of them give you the tools.
The ones I
The
met.
schools will give you. I have a friend that has a locksmith school.
Okay.
So I definitely have to give you that information. You talk to him, but it is a $3,500 to $5,000. But when you come out, you're a
Yeah,
locksmith,
you running now.
and he gives you the tools.
Okay.
At least the beginner tools to help you.
Yeah.
But that's where the focus needs to be on. You know what I'm saying? Skills training, electricians. You know what I'm
So-
saying? People that plumbers, and that's where the focus needs
So
to be.
Job Corps just closed. So where all those potential graduates and students about to go?
I don't know.
Crime is finna be on the uphill climb.
Oh yeah, because right now the economy is horrible. People struggling.
Yeah.
We was just talking about that. People are putting food on pay apps, where afterpay apps, where you buying food and you got to make payments to buy food. That's crazy.
Hey.
But that's the struggle.
Yeah.
That is a struggle. Like doing, man, it's so sad to me because it's like, imagine people that don't have. I always say I don't have a partner. I wish I had a partner, can help pay some bills.
Okay.
But for people that, are struggling and they have a partner and they both struggling, and the kids. I don't have small kids, so you know what I'm saying? It's like,
So you
I
know,
don't know how they surviving.
I did 15 scholarships for the HBC Youth Summer Camp, K through 5. That each scholarship was valued at $2,080. What average single parent has that kind of money to send their child to daycare?
None. That's a struggle.
And that's why I don't go nowhere for free.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you trying to raise money to make sure that you got to.
Because did nobody
Yeah.
help with this thing when I was gone?
I remember you were when you started, you were out your box truck giving away food and stuff. I remember that.
Pulling up in the hood.
Pulling up in the hood, just giving away food. Like, how were you doing that? Where were you getting the food from?
Man, I'm going around networking. I'm using that same gift I had to gab in the streets with these food banks. And one buddy's like, you ain't gonna sell none of that stuff, Trapp? I said, man, I'm waiting on a miracle. That's a handout.
Yeah.
What I look like taking this and selling it and doing what with the money? It's gonna burn my pockets.
Yeah.
But that's the difference from my people's mindset and where I'm at now. The old Trapp would have, I'm finna, I'm
finna come up on this.
Yeah, but now I'm like, man,
Trapp said, I'm about to come up on this and make me about $2,000, boy. The old Trapp probably would have did it.
Man, nephew brought me 50 pair of brand new Dunks, Air Force Ones, J's. I took all on to the transition center, man. Y'all get what y'all want up out of there, man.
I know I seen that. So somebody donated all that to you. That's what I'm talking about. That's man, that's what counts. That kind of stuff. I'm telling you, it's hard out here. And imagine, the guys coming out of prison, they ain't got no haircuts, they ain't got money to do no haircuts, they ain't got money to pay.
$35 down.
$35, $50. Depending on what you get.
They
you got a beard.
They want that chalk on it.
Listen,
that chalk
if
extra.
You want your beard done and a haircut, man, about $50.
Yeah. And you got to make an appointment.
Was you charging $50 when you was cutting hair?
No, I was about at $25, $30. Most of mine were free, Kyle. Like, hey.
Man.
Yeah.
These barbers is getting paid some money.
Hey.
You might need to go back to the barber chair.
Nah, man, for real.
No, you doing really good. I'm proud of you, though. I really appreciate you coming to the podcast. Appreciate the invite. What's the evolution of Dr. Barber for the next year? Like, where do you see yourself at? What else is coming? Like, what you got coming?
What I got coming now, I see the One More Question Life Center.
Okay.
Where you come and get a job court unclosed or whatever. I always wanted to have plumbing, HVAC, CDL, and now I want to put in the electric charging station repair.
Okay.
Because somebody will have to go fix those.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to give those trades to the guys and the ladies coming home from prison. Just have a place where they can shower, sleep, play some games and some classrooms so you get the right therapy, get back on track, clothing closet, just a grandmama's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Job Court, are they selling the building?
Well, all that's federal. So Trump don't want nobody to learn nothing. So
he don't want no black or brown
Councilwoman Willis was on the news. She told him turn the lease over to us and we'll fund it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to finish the bill, because our community needs that.
Right.
It's over 50,000 kids that was enrolled in the Job Corps. Now they don't have nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. So why did they close the program? Was it funding?
No, they want them to join the military.
Job Corps has been so successful over the years. I remember when I was in high school and a lot of the kids that were like truant and, just wasn't focused, went to Job Corps and did good. Like they were successful. Working behind the desk at a hotel. Like they were doing things that were more, geared towards making money as opposed to just going to school and just learning.
My brother, a master electrician, he had like $150 an hour overtime.
Yeah.
$200,000 a year.
Yeah, my sons are electricians too.
Yeah, buddy getting paid.
Yeah, it's a good field.
Yeah.
That's true. Anytime they surpass me, I'm like, how you surpass me? I got a master's degree. Like, what the heck?
You got the paperwork.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I need to be an electrician.
They solving problems.
Man, that's what it is.
The plumber playing in the doo-doo.
Man, I know. Plumbers are expensive.
You don't want to see no plumber?
Man. I just had a plumber come over here.
Yeah.
I know, they expensive.
And HVAC.
And HVAC too, expensive. But that's that's for real. I wouldn't mind being a part of that, actually, to tell you the truth.
Absolutely.
Coming in there and definitely, we do therapy services, so mental health, substance abuse services, just career training, just basically showing you how to show up for an interview, what you should be wearing, how to use a computer. Like a lot of them come out and they don't know. I remember you told me, you was like, you sit behind the desk, show me how to use the computer. I was like, Trapp, are you gonna come over and I'm gonna show you how to use the computer? He was
Yes.
like, yeah, for real, I am. I was like, he ain't
I
gonna do
was
it.
so embarrassed going to check my boys out of school. I ain't know how to work the mouse.
Oh my
And I
Lord.
finally had to tell the teacher, tell the secretary what was going on.
Yeah.
And she helped me out. But those are things we go through coming home from prison.
Yes.
And the average American gonna laugh at us. And it's like even self-checkout at Walmart. I couldn't do. I was going every morning.
Yeah.
5 o'clock and just play with it.
Wow, just to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I wanted
That's
to be
crazy.
independent. So, but that's what we go through. Especially when you got nobody to talk to about it.
And it's sad because in prison, there's opportunities while you're in prison to learn a trade, right? Mm-hmm. And from what I hear, that a lot of black men have problems with being able to take those trades in prison.
Well, the feds are different. The state prison in Georgia, it's all black, so
Okay.
nobody else to get in there. I became a firefighter in prison.
Okay.
Certified. I could have went to one of the stations here. A couple of my buddies got out and joined the local forces in their county.
Okay. Okay, so it's not as bad as, I think it depends on the state, maybe.
Yeah, it depends on the state, but
state.
yeah, but it's still a problem because I had to beg to get in the classes. They don't want me to take no class. You just wait till we tell you what to do. No, but I want to have this already done.
Right.
Don't come to me saying, hey, you can get out soon as you get through with this. So yeah, I want to force my way in, but I'm a different type of guy anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, because if not, they could try to keep you out. I think a lot of times we're put on the back burner. They don't want you to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of prison. It's a lot. It's a lot that people don't see. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see this new path that you're on.
Sure enough.
Not that you was bad. I'm not trying to say Trapp was bad, y'all. Dr.Barber was not bad.
No, I wasn't bad.
He was just having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, y'all was having a good time.
Real good time.
Yeah,
I hadn't been
exactly.
tied to a tree for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
But I mean, seriously, I'm seriously proud of you. I feel like you're going to go further than where you are today. Somebody's going to hire you
So no.
as a director.
Can't afford me, nephew.
Man, I'm telling you, we're going to put that out
Okay,
there.
we'll put it out there.
Hey, somebody hire this man
For real.
to be out there. If you have a nonprofit, this man is out in the streets. You are grinding. You are changing people's lives. Like, who doesn't want that for their nonprofit?
Yeah.
Especially a nonprofit that is similar to you, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they want to pay you? Why is the prison system not paying you to come in there?
They pay for that, but they don't want me coming in with no program. I'm going to mess up their money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The men came up to be crying when I went to Hancock last week. Like, bro, I was feeling like, but if your story, seeing what you're doing, hey, man.
It's giving them hope.
Yeah.
They don't want you to give them hope. You know, it's nothing but, it's big business.
Billions.
Billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? This man deserves a job, y'all. You hustling, for real. If I can't hire you myself, y'all need to give him a job.
Hey, we're making it do what it do.
Director. I see you being a director level now out here, man.
You know, I'm on the board with Grady, the Heidi board.
No.
I'm on the GCHA board for higher education and prisons.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm up there.
So, Grady need to hire you. Somebody need to be put you on the staff and put you on.
Yeah, they do. But, you know, like I tell Grady where to go, what to do, what's going on. You know, I got my own agenda.
Okay.
Like when God told me what I need to be doing when I came out, I can't deviate for no amount of dollars.
Right.
And so I get on these boards. Now I get the inside scoop. Now I can take them to all the red zones where they know the life expectancy rate for the average man is 50 years old.
Right.
They know this. It's already statistically been, they got a map that's red with the pockets of African American communities.
Yeah.
They know y'all ain't living that long, so ain't no sense us investing nothing worthwhile in that area until we're regentrified.
That's why as people, we need to be really taking care of our minds, bodies, and our souls. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you eat. They put bad things in our neighborhoods, you know, liquor stores, all kind of stuff that you just got to be careful. You got to really take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because our life expectancy is really low. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're right when you say that. Trapp, well, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast, man. We finally got you here.
You feel me?
We ain't had to pay him, y'all. He came for free. We appreciate you, though, at TT's House
Oh,
Podcast. Until the next time.